Okay, so for the conflict for this week, um, the story that I picked is the merger that was supposed to happen between Fiat Chrysler and Renault, and the negotiations actually fell through. So basically, from what the article says, um, Fiat had approached Renault and said, "Hey, we think we would be like great to complement each other." According to this, it looks like that they had some things really going for each other. Fiat, best-selling brand like Jeep, because their Fiat is like one company with Chrysler, and so Jeep and the Ram pickup, while Renault has surged ahead in production of emissions-free and self-driving vehicles. So they kind of like, it would be a great mix because obviously Fiat Chrysler has not like tapped the market for self-driving vehicles and like better emissions. So they're like, hey, we think we would be great together. We think we should totally merge. And from what this article reads, things are going really well. But it all fell apart because Nissan is connected to Renault. And so there was concern about whether or not that was going to ruffle the feathers of Nissan with them merging. And according to the article, they were just going to abstain from the vote and they weren't even going to be involved in it. But then all of a sudden, demands started being made that Fiat said, no, we're not going to do that. And so it all fell apart. Now, what do I see as far as what happened? I mean, obviously, they saw potential in each other and how they could help each other out and make lots of money and be successful together. But I think that it became more of a distributed negotiation instead of integrative bargaining, because it talks about how basically it's like every man for himself and there's only so much that can be gotten, and I don't care what happens, I need to get as much as I can get, and it certainly seems that way. And although the French denied and said no, because the French government is the majority stakeholder for Renault, they said, no, that's not true. Like, Nissan was not the reason that this didn't happen. But then they turned around and said, well, yeah, I mean, they would need, explicit, support from Nissan. Okay, well, why would they need explicit support from Nissan when the merger has nothing to do with them? So, obviously, Nissan did play a part in it falling apart. And so, I think how it could have helped is like it talks about in our book, where you steer it more back toward the integrative bargaining, and so you kind of go back to, why do we want to merge in the first place? Let's talk about that. Like, what is it? Like, this is great for both of us. So what is it? We both want that, and we both see how we can help each other out. We both see the potential in making things better for both of our companies. What are the things standing in the way? And I think also there should not have been I think that they should have either said Nissan needs to be completely cut out of this, or they should have been more upfront, I think. But I think to salvage it, I think if they had said, look, whatever Nissan's concerns are, they don't need to abstain from the vote. They need to come in. What are Nissan's concerns? What is it, even though does Nissan want to merge as well? You know what I mean? What is that going to take? Because I kind of they're not the same company, but y'all are intertwined enough and do enough business with each other that it's causing them to feel threatened. And so I think that should have happened. I realized that, I think when they just picked up and left was because in the comments that they made afterward, like, both companies can continue on without each other. And so because of that, I think that there was more of that, like, stalemate and, like, I don't need you, so let's just forget this. And then, of course, ironically, what happens? In that same year, then Fiat, merged with another company that they're now with. So, it just goes to show that it probably wasn't so much the French government, because the company that they merged with is also in France, but more so the value that Renault placed on Nissan, relationship with Nissan versus potential with Fiat Chrysler. So